Hello, the following is interview as part of a recent product demo we organized together with our friends at Healthy. I will put the link to the full session in the description below. In this testimonial, you will hear from Rob, which is a product designer at Wellinks, speak about his experience and how Awell, not Amwell, is able to impact 4 levels of their business. So the first thing that we impact is we reduce the engineering resources they need to continuously build and update clinical workflows. 2 is we make their care teams much more productive. 3, we help them with their time to market. They are able to design and implement care flows much faster. And 4, we also help them drive better patient outcomes. Please enjoy.
First question I had for Rob to give some context is, well, why did you start with Awell? Sort of what were the challenges you were trying to solve with Awell?
Yeah, definitely. So Rick's value proposition that he showed in the beginning of this presentation is really what the problems we were having, the problems we were looking to solve. So when we first approached Awell, it seemed like, you guys were already thinking about what we needed to solve. So we were building out a care ops team, which obviously, like, you guys at Awell are also leading a lot of the care ops thought leadership in this space. We had a cross-functional team with clinical, product, operations, and engineering that needed the ability to apply agile principles to rapidly building, testing, and learning from what we were doing. But like you guys mentioned, engineering resources can be constrained. And then also if the clinical team is trying to test minor changes, we need that to fit into our member and our clinicians' workflow very seamlessly, but we also need the ability for requirements to change. So we couldn't be constrained by having to sort of do a more waterfall method of development there. So we evaluated a number of tools that provide some of these automations. There were some definite solid ones out there that maybe are more like clinician task management, things like that. But Awell, your ability to let the business make updates directly while also being that sort of headless solution that wasn't forcing a new tool into our workflows was really, really promising. So that's one of the reasons we went with you guys. And you saw the quote I put in Slack, but you guys have been a really wonderful partner, and we've already saved engineering time getting to implement some of these pathways.
And can you also share some insights on sort of, what has been the impact on the operations?
Yeah. So some of the, like you're saying, improving the care flows and being able to make those care flow changes really quickly without depending on engineering resources has been huge for us. It's let our engineers focus on that high value work. This care flow that I'm about to demo, we're actually able to spin this up in about half a day. It came up in one of our care ops meetings as I'm going to be demoing sharing our member feedback and NPS survey. That's something that we had been doing with some pretty manual workflows before, but as we were in one meeting, the idea of doing this came up, and we were able to build a prototype that got our clinical team's approval in less than half a day. So that was really huge for us. That usually would have taken even something that's going to look fairly simple on this end, probably 2-4 weeks worth of work, just fitting into everyone's schedules, making sure all those requirements are set. So that was really, really huge. It's also letting us really reduce the training time required for these new workflows, because we are able to build a couple of sort of core actions that our pathways are listening for, and then riff off of those and build prototypes off of those core actions. We don't need a new major training for all of our clinical staff. We're able to get a Loom and then have people watch that. They can ask some questions at their next all hands or all team meeting, and then start using it immediately. And we have the data to see if it's being used immediately as well. So it's really helping us improve our training and operations work. And the last point I wanted to make was that it's getting other people's wheels spinning on new ideas that we can do. So other teams that are working on different parts of the program, they're working with different parts of Healthy or with our app. Now they're saying like, hey, can Awell do that? What do we need to have it happen? And it's really reducing the amount of like it. We still want to involve our engineering team, make sure that they're comfortable with the risks, the data risk there. They're able to advise on that and have smaller chunks of work to bring value to the business than we used to have it.